Time for business news now. We're joined by Yuka Royer for that. Yuka, Britain has moved to crack down on cryptocurrency trading.
The UK's financial regulator has banned Binance, one of the world's largest digital currency exchanges. The Financial Conduct Authority has ruled that the firm cannot undertake any regulated activity in Britain and cautioned consumers against investing in cryptocurrencies. In a statement, the FCA said, "Be wary of adverts promising high returns on investments in crypto products," reminding people that investors cannot access the public compensation scheme if things go wrong. The move comes as regulators around the world have increasingly been pushing back against cryptocurrency platforms. Trading in digital currencies is not directly regulated in Britain, but offering services using crypto assets does require authorization.
OK, well, let's turn to the main indexes now. How are markets faring?
Asian stocks got off on a cautious note at the start of the week. The stock exchange in Hong Kong only opened in the afternoon after being forced to close due to heavy storms. It joined the rest of major Asian markets to trade in negative territory, as you can see there.
Yeah, right across the board. Well, meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron is hosting more than 100 business chiefs in a major post-pandemic charm offensive.
That's right. Well, he's organising the Choose France Investment Summit, an annual conference at the Palace of Versailles, an in-person event this year after switching to a virtual format in 2020. To kick off the event, President Macron will first visit the town of Douai in northern France, where the Chinese firm Envision is set to build a large battery factory for Renault. The visit will serve to showcase France's drive towards cleaner cars. Now, in a recent report by Ernst & Young, France has kept its position as the #1 European destination for foreign investment, but it has suffered the impact of the coronavirus crisis. New projects fell 18% compared to 2019 last year, more than the average 13% drop for the whole continent. Among the CEOs descending on Versailles is the head of JP Morgan. On Tuesday, the president will accompany Jamie Dimon at the inauguration of the bank's new European headquarters here in Paris after it's moved from London. The finance sector is a hot market following Brexit. A recent survey estimated 7,500 finance jobs and over €1 trillion in assets have moved out of London to continental Europe since the divorce. And France is vying for a position as the next financial hub with its business-friendly tax policy.
Ooh, interesting movements there. Another major event kicking off in Europe is the Mobile World Congress, taking place once again in person for the first time since the pandemic.
That's right. It's the first major technology trade shows to kick off here in Europe. It had to be cancelled in February last year as the Covid-19 pandemic was starting to creep into Europe. A month later, as you remember, most of the world was locked down. In an inaugural dinner on Sunday night, Spain's King Felipe praised the role played by mobile connectivity during those hard times and called on businesses to join forces to achieve a strong economic recovery. Let's take a listen.
Therefore, today I would like to acknowledge publicly and applaud and thank the role played by mobile connectivity, not only in the professional sphere, but also in the private sphere, helping and accompanying older people, people in hospital, and those who were alone, keeping them in touch with their families during the lockdown.
France 24's Marius Sophos has more on how the mobile industry was affected by the pandemic.
It was a sign that COVID-19 was a serious cause for concern when the Mobile World Congress was cancelled in February 2020, just a month before most of the world began going into lockdown. It's back on this year after what's been a period of ups and downs for the mobile telecommunications industry.
It's absolutely a step forward. It's reopening of business. We want to be part of reopening of business. We're going to beat COVID around the world. We still have impacts of COVID right now. People can't travel. People are still getting sick and unfortunately still not feeling well. But medical science is making it safer for all of us.
According to Analysis Mason, a Paris-based TMT management consultancy firm, the global telecoms industry saw an estimated €36 billion drop in revenues in 2020 compared to 2019 figures, representing an overall reduction of 2.7%. The firm's research predicts that revenue from roaming, prepaid mobile and traditional business services were most severely hit in 2020, though points out that there was a considerable rise in connectivity demand. with one of the main lessons from 2020's lockdowns being the need for innovation for business continuity in the telecom sector.
The whole sector looking forward to that big trade show there.
Indeed, we're all trying to look forward at this stage with that COVID pandemic, aren't we indeed? Yuka Royer with our business update. Thanks a lot for that.